Hello, everyone. Listen, if you're tired of the same boring sushi, let's try this one. This is Caribbean sushi my way. So stick around, follow my recipe, like the video, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. So we're gonna start with churrasco. What more Puerto Rican or Caribbean than churrasco? So churrasco is actually skirt, beef skirt, inside skirt, really thin. So I clean this churrasco here. I cleaned this skirt and I took all the fat out, all the silver skin, and I'm gonna cut these sideways, just like that. I'm gonna actually use that knife almost totally sideways. I'm gonna cut these more than 45 degrees. I want thin slices like that. So you put the knife sideways, and you're gonna cut just like that. Be careful not to cut your fingers, but this is how you do it. You see how you cut them like that? Really thin pieces of this inside beef skirt or churrasco. And you cut them all in strips like that. And this should be ready for the recipe. So just follow me step by step. I promise it's not gonna be boring. This is not your traditional sushi and you're gonna like it. You see how thin this is? I cut them in really, really thin slices and we're gonna marinate this. So these thin slices of churrasco or beef inside skirt, we're gonna marinate this. So I'm gonna use salt and pepper here, 50-50 salt and pepper. It can't be any simpler than that. So salt and pepper to taste. If you wanna use any other seasoning, that's up to you. And I'm gonna use a little bit here of teriyaki marinade. So I'm gonna use teriyaki marinade. Just a little bit. I'm saying like maybe 2 tablespoons of teriyaki marinade, and I'm gonna put some cooking wine, red cooking wine, and I'm gonna add the wine until I actually top the meat right there. You don't want to make a pool here. You just want to make enough to just marinate the entire meat here. So we're gonna make sure that takes all the spices all over, and we're gonna leave these marinating for about an hour or two. So this is the first thing I do. You see how I put the wine until it covers the meat barely there. I'm gonna put it aside and let it marinate there. We're gonna use sushi rice, short grain rice. It has to be sushi rice because this is this is sushi, so it's actually special. It's actually more sticky than the regular rice. So 1 cup of sushi rice, and we're gonna wash this rice. So under cold running water, we're gonna add that cold water there, and we're gonna rinse it a little bit, and then you're gonna strain the water out of the rice. You see all that whitish liquid coming out? That is almidon or starch. That's starch. So here's the rice ready. I'm gonna pour the rice right on a little saucepans here. And you need a saucepan that has a lid. So 1 and 3/4 cup of water. So it is 1 cup of sushi rice and 1 and 3/4 cups of water. You're gonna mix this. You're not gonna add anything else. No oil, no salt. Just the rice and the water. Mix it well. And as soon as it starts to boil, just as it starts to boil, don't let it boil. But as you start seeing these little bubbles on the side, that's it. You're gonna lower the fire here to low and mix it one more time. And you're gonna cover these and leave it alone for about 20 minutes. Just cover it, leave it alone, simmering in really, really low for about 20 minutes. 20 minutes, just the rice and the water. We're gonna mix here some rice vinegar. So 1/4 cup of rice vinegar. 1/4 cup of this rice vinegar you can get in any supermarket or grocery store. So 1/4 cup of rice vinegar. This is something that we're gonna add to the rice at the end. 2 tablespoons of sugar, just white plain sugar. 2 tablespoons of sugar and 1 teaspoon of plain salt. So the rice vinegar, sugar, and salt. We're gonna mix this well. This all dissolve. And here I have my churrasco after about an hour. I'm gonna put it here in a saucepan, and you need a saucepan that has a lid. So you're gonna spread it all over, and we're gonna cook this from the beginning. We're gonna cook this in low. Put it in low from the beginning. Put the lid on and let it there for about 20 minutes. Let it cook for about 20 minutes, but it has to be in low. I have some nice shrimps here. These are like 16, 20 in the size. I'm gonna make these little cuts under the trim here on the curly side so I can straight out the trim just like that. Look how beautiful that looks now. So instead of your curly normal trim, you cut these little indentations here in the bottom, and the thing actually straightens out just like that. And we're gonna just cook this on in a little saucepan here. We're gonna add some olive oil, a little bit of olive oil, and we're gonna put the trims right there on the olive oil, low as well. Salt and pepper, a little bit of salt and pepper, and I'm gonna add some garlic as well. Powdered garlic, salt, and pepper. And you're gonna let this low until it actually cooks on both sides. The rice after 20 minutes is actually ready here, so you can see how fluffy it is. It's, all the water is gone, and the rice is kind of sticky. See how it sticks to everything? That's how you want it. So you take it out of there, put it in a sheet pan just like that. You're gonna put your rice right here on a baking sheet. You see how sticky the rice is? It actually sticks to your hands like that. That is the sushi rice, and that's how you want it because that's how you roll it. So you spread the rice on a baking sheet like that. You spread it out because we want to dry this rice a little bit. And now we're gonna go back to the mixture that we did of rice vinegar, sugar, and salt, and we're gonna sprinkle some of that all over the rice. You don't have to use the whole thing. I think I'm gonna use like half of this liquid here, but you wanna make sure that it is liquid pretty much everywhere. This will actually make it even more stickier, and it's gonna all mix together with when you're forming your sushi roll. So just put a little bit of that liquid all over the rice, and we're gonna let this rest. Now put a paper towel over it, so this is covered, and we're gonna set this aside until the rest of the ingredients are ready for the roll. So here are my trims, they're ready. So take them out of the fire. Don't let it burn too much. And now we're gonna take the tips out. You're gonna press here in the corners, tip, tip, nice tip. Push the corner, and the whole thing comes out. Just that easy. See how easy it is? You push the little corner here, and the tip comes out. So you're gonna take them all out. And now with these shrimps, because this is for sushi, I'm gonna split them in half on the long run. So you're gonna split them in half that way, all the way on the long, and that's how it should look. These are your shrimps ready for the sushi. But you're gonna split them all five. I'm using five large shrimps here. These are like 16, 20. That's the number. The lower the number, the bigger the shrimp. So these are like about 16, 20, or colossal, maybe jumbo. So this is the bamboo mat you use for the sushi. You can get this in any supermarket, and if you can, then just go to Amazon. You'll find it there. A bamboo mat for forming the sushi. So you're gonna put the bamboo mat here on top of the table, and now you're gonna use some roasted seaweed cheese, and we're gonna take one here. This is the seaweed that we use to roll our sushi here. So it's pretty simple. You also get it in the supermarket or even through Amazon as well. Now we're gonna lay the rice here. So I'm gonna make two rolls. So half of this rice is gonna come on this one, and half on the other one. So you're gonna make sure that the rice is well spread. Just a thin layer because we're gonna roll this off. So a thin layer, but you cannot leave any holes there. So just make sure that there are no holes and that there's rice everywhere, almost to the edge. And now this is ready for whatever filling you want to add. This is my idea of a Caribbean sushi. You can put any ingredients that you want. It's the same process. So I'm going to put down here the churrasco or the skirt meat. And I'm going to put a few lines of this churrasco. And the challenge with closing a sushi is just not, you can't put too much in there because you won't be able to close it. So you want to put your main ingredients there in the bottom, and don't pass halfway your sushi sheet. So I have here some avocado and some ripe sweet plantain deep fried. So I'm gonna put a line here of ripe plantain. This is actually a sweet taste that we like in the Caribbean a lot. And I'm gonna put my shrimps right there on top of the ripe plantains, amarillos. And I like also to use some cream cheese here. Whenever I use seafood, I put cream cheese. So I'm going to put a line of cream cheese as well. And we're going to put the avocados here. The avocados, I cut them in little chunks. And you just want to put them, I'm going to put them in this side here so it's easier to roll. So just put about a line of avocado there, and this is ready. I'm gonna put another line of shrimp right here just because I can. And now you're gonna grab the mat. Uh, Very careful. You see how I didn't pass it half of it because you had to roll this. So now you're gonna grab that mat in the corners here and you're gonna start your rolling, trying to keep everything together there. So you're gonna form a cylinder like a roll, and you're just gonna go with the mat, pulling back the mat so the mat doesn't go underneath. And as you continue, you gotta keep it tight. You gotta keep tightening it all the time. You're gonna squeeze that bamboo mat so it actually keeps the roll tight and all together in there. You don't want spaces. As tight as you can without squeezing the stuff out on the sides, So you just keep pushing it like that, tight, 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 and you just keep rolling it little by little until you form your roll the right way. So you just keep rolling it until it actually goes all the way around, and that edge of the seaweed actually seals on the side of your roll there. So now once you're ready, you went all the way around. Now you're ready to transfer these to your plate. You're gonna put that part, the seam part, to the bottom. So you're gonna transfer these to a plate here, and that part that where the seaweed actually seal is gonna go to the bottom. So this is my first roll here. I'm gonna do the same thing on the second roll. Bamboo mat, the sushi seaweed sheet, and now we're gonna put the rice on top of it. I just did the same thing. I just put the same ingredients. You can use any ingredients that you want. And then I just wanted to show you again the rolling part of it, so you can copy it and surprise your friends. I mean, this is all about people learning how to do beautiful plates for families and friends. I'm not hiding any recipes. There's no secrets here. All I want to do is share the good food with my friends and family. So you're gonna roll it the same way, pulling that bamboo mat backwards until it actually seals there. You see how it's actually now starting to go around, and you're just gonna keep going, closing that cylinder, that sushi roll. You're gonna close it all the way, keep it tight, and close it all the way until it actually closes like that. And there you have it. That's the second roll. So I'm gonna transfer this again to my plate here. Remember the closing seam down, and this is how it should look. And now we're gonna get this, and we're gonna get it ready for plating. So I'm gonna transfer this here to my cutting board, and using a super sharp knife, I'm gonna start right in the middle. And sometimes after each cut, I actually like to sometimes I clean the knife because the rice is so sticky that actually makes your knife sticky. So you cut the little cylinder in as many or as I mean thin or thick as you want it. That all depends on how you like your sushi. So there you have it. And this is how it should look. This is a Caribbean sushi with churrasco, beef skirt, shrimps, sweet plantains, avocados, cream cheese. There you have it. I hope you like it. If you like it, please like this video, share with your friends, family, and we'll see you next time. Don't get bored. Just follow my recipes and you'll surprise everybody.